This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. How you doing, Bones? You okay? You good? Delighted to be joined by Mr. Samuel Vargas. How are you, sir?
Good, man. Thanks for having me.
No problem. You look like you've caught the sun here in England.
Hell no, man. It's, Vegas was really nice, man. I'll be honest. Really nice, good weather, and yeah, man. That's where I got most of the color.
So it's been around 2.5 years, obviously, since your last trip to the UK, in which you fought Amir Khan. Everyone knows that, but yeah, I mean, your career. When we kind of look through your career, you've fought the best. You've been in with just about everybody in and around the weight division. What do you know about Conor Benn?
Well, everyone knows, everyone sees, he's a wild kid, young kid, very strong. He's got a big last name and very driven. Seems like he works really hard. He's got a good team behind him, but I mean, that's about it. I mean, I know he's gonna bring in a hell of a good fight, and you know, I got something for that.
Samuel, I'm sure you would have seen the clip that surfaced probably about 2 or 3 months ago with Conor Benn sending a message to you in Spanish. I'm sure you would have seen that.
Yeah, I watched it. I watched it for a bit. I thought it was cool. That I was like, oh, this guy knows Spanish. That's kind of cool. But I mean, as for what he said, I don't really know what he said, because I just look at it as like just a dog just barking and barking and barking. But it was kind of cool, like knowing that he speaks Spanish and he actually grew up in Spain or whatever the case was, or something like that. But yeah, it's pretty nice.
It was interesting because everyone watching it, especially in the UK, that don't understand Spanish, kind of listened to it, didn't really have a clue what Conor was saying, but they were quite impressed by it because it sounded fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know. It was very like I guess intimidating and whatnot, but you know that doesn't work with me, man. Like I'm not. That's just for the cameras, and I understand everyone wants the videos and the clicks and the views and that's how it works nowadays. But I mean, that's all I thought about it.
Looking at the way Conor Benn is trying to be built up by his team and by Eddie Hearn, obviously looks to me they're stepping him up every fight to see and test how good he is. Obviously, last time out he fought Sebastian Formella. Did you watch that fight? What did you think of that fight, if you have watched it?
I watched it. I mean, after a few rounds, Formella just shelled up and just did his best to stay in there, to be honest. It wasn't much of a fight. But he's done what he's won his fight, so you got to give him credit, right?
Amir Khan, your former opponent, has obviously warned Conor Benn ahead of the fight with you that, you know, to basically, you know, don't take your eye off the ball here, because, you know, he's in a good position to answer that, considering also what happened in the opening round of your fight, which I'm sure you get reminded when you come here that that's the reference point they give, that what happened in that fight with Amir Khan.
Yeah, I mean, listen, anything can happen in boxing. As you've seen with Joshua and all the guys from here, anything can happen in boxing. I mean, everybody's a threat, and anybody can punch hard. So I'm ready for whatever, man. If I'm gonna bring in the heat, I'm gonna bring in a fight. If I can finish it early, I finish it early. I'm sure he thinks the same way. That's just how it is. That's how we are. We're fighters.
Would you say that the Ortiz fight, the Virgil Ortiz fight, is out of your system now and it's completely out of your head?
That's in the past, man. I don't talk about that. I learn from it, and evolve from it. Really, it's just this how I look at my learning lessons in my career. It's just something to change, something to adjust, something to learn and move on.
By you coming here and beating Conor Benn, what does that do for your career?
It opens up a lot of doors, obviously. It opens up a lot of doors. Bigger fights, bigger names, obviously. For me, mainly right now, it's just the desire to win. Just desire to win and get this job done. I mean, like I've said before, I haven't seen my family in like 2 months. Being locked up in here, like you're in, some sort of like confinement, or no, I don't want to say jail because it's not jail.
Everyone uses that reference here, especially when you do the 24 hours. It's like being in, well, we think it's like being in prison. Some of us haven't been there, so we don't know. But they say being locked in your room for 24 hours is hard, but, you know.
I mean, yeah, I don't like calling it jail because, I mean, I know it's not. I've never been to it, but I know it's not what it is. But, yeah, you have 2 floors, party room or whatever they call it, and a gym, and that's it. You're only allowed there. That's what you have for the whole week. I've been here for a whole week, so you kind of start going crazy. Yeah. I'm going to like audiobooks, music, and all kinds of things, right?
But yeah, I mean, since obviously the situation we're in with the pandemic, this is how boxing has been, especially in this country where you come here and you're here and you kind of see the same walls every morning, every night, every afternoon, etc. So, but what happens in the ring Saturday is ultimately what you've come here for.
No, definitely, man. Yeah, and whenever I FaceTime my girl or my family, they're all like, "Oh, you're in the room again," or like it's the same wall again. It's just there's nothing new. But yeah, I mean, like the hard work and the hardest part has already been done. So it's just a matter of getting there and getting my win, man.
Just finally, you believe you will knock Conor Benn out this Saturday?
I think so. I have a really now that I've just met him for the first time, or talked to him and whatnot, I have this sort of confidence that it will be my night. I don't care how I win it, to be honest. But if I can finish it earlier, I will finish it earlier, 100%.
What do you gauge from a first conversation with an opponent that you've not spoken to before to give you that confidence? What is it that he says or the body language that he gives for you to have that confidence from what you're saying?
Well, this in particular, because I know he's asked for the fight so many times and messaged me and Eddie and everyone and calling my name out and doing all this threatening videos in Spanish, and I'm just like, hold on a second, I gotta see this person like in real life. I want to know what it's like, and now I do. And it's like, you know, in my mind, I always think it's gonna be King Kong. I always think that way. But then when I saw him, you know, it's just like it just gave me like, okay, cool. It's just what it is. I gotta deal with this, and that's it.
Okay, Samuel, appreciate your time speaking to IFL TV. Have you got anything you'd like to add before we finish?
No, I just want to thank God for everything He's brought me through my whole career. Experienced many great things in boxing, and I think it's gonna be a great night for me. I want to say a big hello to my family, all my fans in Toronto and Canada. In Colombia, even the fans I have here, I have so many messages from here. It feels quite nice, to be honest, because I mean, just from a couple of years ago that I came back here to fight Con, and people are still messaging me, asking me to go to their gyms and meet so and so. I'm like, I can't leave here, I'm stuck. So a lot of people are asking me to go and visit them or say hi to them. Or I'm close, but I'm like, I can't leave. So it's quite nice, yeah. And thank you.
Not a problem. Tune in, Ben Vargas, live on Sky Sports and DAZN this Saturday night. Expect fireworks, shall we?
Don't miss it. Tune in.
Thank you very much.